Hey, what's up, sports bettors? It's Bob from oddsjam, oddsjam.com, the premier odds comparison company. Doing a video here on how to use Underdog Fantasy. I want you guys to remember that we have the links below for Underdog and Thrive Fantasy with that deposit match up to $100 on each one of them. This is about daily fantasy sports, DFS, and we're going to try to accommodate you as best we can. I have my Underdog Fantasy app pulled up. I've got oddsjam pulled up. Let's go there right now. And I'll share my screen and let you see what this looks like. So Underdog Fantasy is great. A lot of higher, lower type numbers. We have this game tomorrow night between the Colts and the Broncos, all right? Javonte Williams is out for the year. Melvin Gordon is going to be the main back. And if you look here, Underdog has this over-under at 53.5. And if you look at a lot of the other sports books, including Pinnacle, they have it up to 60.5. I think this is an excellent play. Thrive also has it at 53.5 also. But we're doing Underdog right now, and we're just going to talk about them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Underdog Fantasy app, and here it is right here, and I have $150 in my account. And since Melvin Gordon is going to be the main back, and I feel that the Broncos need to run the ball, I'm going to take the higher over 53.5 yards. So there's one of my plays right there. We're actually going to make this a 3-pick play and try to find things on oddsjam that will help us. I'm already here, okay? We've got Russell Wilson over or under 13.5 yards rushing. I really like the under a lot. I really like the under, and as you can see, nobody has the under 13.5. I think it is the play for Russell Wilson. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in over here. All I got to do is type in his name, Wilson, 13.5 rushing yards. I'm going lower. And now I've added that to my pick'em play. This is pick'em. You know what? Underdog also has drafts. You know, you can enter contests where you're playing against other people and the whole 9 yards. I happen to like the pick'em. All right, let's look for another play in this game. As you can see, we can go over here to the drop down. We've got all the different markets. Here are all the player props down here. All right. Let us take a look at player. Let's look at player sacks. I thought this might be an interesting one and see if we have anything there. No, none whatsoever. We're not going to do player touchdowns. Let's try player receiving yards. And yes, we have a few plays. All right. Once again, we've got Melvin Gordon here, and Underdog is the only one that has the 13.5, and I may play that under there. Ashton Doolin, another one at possibly under. Kylan Granson, another under possibly. Actually, you know what? I am thinking about making this a 4 or 5 pick play. I'm going to lay off the Melvin Gordon, and I'm going to go with Ashton Doolin. And let us just look at this real quick. Lower than, I'm going to go with under 14.5 receiving yards. Now we've got a 3-pick play. If I bet $10, I get 60. It's 6 times. 3-pick play is 2-pick play is 3 times. A 3-pick play is 6 times. But we're going to add another play to this. And we're going to find another receiving possibility. And as I look through here, I think I would go with Alec Pierce under 34.5 yards. Let's see what Alec Pierce is here. Under 34.5 yards. Now, that $10 bet will get me 100. And while we're at it, let's make another play. Let's find another receiving play. Michael Pittman Jr. Over 65.5 yards. Let's do Pittman. Pittman. Oh. Pittman. Let's try again. And I don't see it in there. So there you go. I can't run that play. Why is it not coming up? Pitt. Huh. Okay. For some reason, there it is, right there. I'm not sure why it didn't search for it. All right, Michael Pittman. The number is 66.5 yards. And if anybody's going to do it, it'll be Michael Pittman, or 5.5 receptions. I'm going to go with the 65.5 yards. And now I've got a $10 play that will get me 200. I'm going to bet $5. This is, by the way, and I'll get 100. This is my first 5-pick play. Let's take a look at what we just did. Melvin Gordon, over 53.5 rushing yards. Russell Wilson, under 13.5 rushing yards. Ashton Dulin, under 14.5 receiving yards. Alec Pierce, under 34.5 receiving yards. And Michael Pittman, over 65.5 receiving yards. We're going to submit this. It's going to say confirm it. Once I confirm it, my picks are locked. And there you go. There's my play. You can also share your picks on social media. So there you have Underdog Fantasy, my first video on Underdog Fantasy. Just wanted to introduce it to you all. Don't forget, we have the Underdog Fantasy and Thrive Fantasy deposit match up to $100. And also that BetMGM and PointsBet sign-up bonuses. The links are below. You got to deposit money. You got to bet it too. In order for this to happen, it helps me out. All right, folks. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. See you later.